The movie begins on Earth 828, where we meet a man named Reed Richards and his wife, Sue Storm. Reed is searching for something in his room when Sue enters and shows him a positive pregnancy test. She tells him that she's pregnant. Reed is shocked, as they had been trying to conceive for 2 years without success. While he seems both excited and nervous, especially given that both he and Sue are genetically altered, Sue reassures him that they will be ready for parenthood. After this, a television segment from The Ted Gilbert Show plays, with host Ted Gilbert giving viewers a recap of the last 4 years involving the Fantastic Four. Ted explains that, 4 years ago, Reed, Sue, her brother Johnny, and their friend and colleague, Ben Grimm, went on a mission into outer space. During the mission, due to an error on their part, they were exposed to cosmic rays that altered their DNA. The four returned to Earth with strange new anomalies, superpowers. Reed gained the ability to stretch any part of his body, earning the name Mr. Fantastic. Sue developed the power to turn invisible and generate force fields, becoming the Invisible Woman. Johnny's entire body could ignite into flames, and he also gained the ability to absorb fire during critical moments, making him the Human Torch. Lastly, Ben's body was mutated into a rock-like form, granting him immense strength and durability, which earned him the moniker The Thing. Over the past few years, the Fantastic Four have become beloved heroes to the people of New York, saving the city from numerous crises, most notably defeating the supervillain known as Harvey Mole Man. After their victory, Sue helped broker a peace deal with Mole Man, establishing a charter with his underground city of Subterranea. Despite his lingering animosity toward the team, Mole Man is moved by Sue's compassion and ultimately agrees to her terms. In the present day, Reed and Sue visit Ben and Johnny, who are living with their adorable robot companion, Herbie. Reed and Sue enter the house to share the news about the pregnancy, but before they can say anything, Ben picks up on Sue's expression and guesses it right away. When he asks if she's pregnant, the room fills with joy as everyone celebrates, congratulating Reed and Sue on becoming future parents. Ben and Herbie immediately get to work baby-proofing the house, while Reed begins taking scientific precautions to prepare for the baby's arrival. He designs a modified pod to serve as a temporary crib until they can better understand the baby's DNA structure. At the same time, Reed is also working on perfecting a teleportation machine. At night, as the group prepares for dinner, they notice a police car flying overhead in a hurry. Curious, they look outside, only to receive a sudden distress signal. When they turn around, they see a massive storm brewing in the middle of the city. Wasting no time, they jump into the Fantastic Car and head straight to Times Square. There, they are confronted by a mysterious alien being known as the Silver Surfer. She asks the group if they are the protectors of this world, to which Sue replies, yes. The Silver Surfer then says Earth has been marked for death and destruction, as she heralds the coming of her master, Galactus. As the Silver Surfer flies away, Johnny ignites into flame and takes off after her. He catches up to her on her cosmic board in space, but just before knocking him off, she speaks to him in her native language, Moha Kopi Rome. Confused and thrown back, Johnny tumbles through space. Back on Earth, Reed begins tracking the Silver Surfer's path. After extensive research, he confirms other planets have already been consumed and destroyed by Galactus. He then identifies the Silver Surfer's current location, Sector DA-773, and the Fantastic Four decide to confront him there. The next day, they hold a press conference, where the team publicly assures the world that they will face the threat of Galactus and do everything in their power to stop him. The following day, the four prepare for their mission. With the entire world watching, they launch themselves into space to confront the looming cosmic danger. The four arrive near a planet that is in the process of being consumed by Galactus. As they move forward, their ship is pulled inside a massive vessel belonging to Galactus. There, they are met by the Silver Surfer, who informs them that Galactus is willing to see them. The Fantastic Four exit their spacecraft and follow the Silver Surfer through the colossal corridors. As she leads them, she explains that she is the one who selects which planets her master will consume. She also turns to Johnny and reveals the meaning behind the phrase she spoke to him earlier, Moha Kopi Rome, which translates to die with yours, spoken in anticipation of Earth's destruction. Eventually, they are brought before Galactus, a towering cosmic being radiating immense power. Galactus greets them, stating that they have come too far to beg for mercy. But Reed responds calmly, saying they haven't come to beg, they've come to talk. Reed pleads with Galactus to spare Earth, but Galactus pauses, sensing something within Sue. He detects her unborn child and reveals that the baby carries the potential to free him from his eternal cosmic hunger. Galactus then presents them with an ultimatum. Earth will be spared, but only if they give him Sue's baby. Sue immediately refuses. Reed backs her up, telling Galactus that he has already tested the baby and found no signs of any extraordinary powers. It is just a normal child. As Galactus uses his power to neutralize Sue, the four quickly start making their escape, with the Silver Surfer chasing them. They manage to get into their ship, but the Silver Surfer arrives and is about to grab Sue's baby. They manage to kick her out of the ship. Reed then leads the team and traps the Silver Surfer in a time dilation field, leaving her stuck while Sue starts to go into labor. The four successfully make their way back, and Sue gives birth to a baby boy, Franklin. The four arrive on Earth, where many New Yorkers and reporters gather to welcome them. They hold a press conference in which they admit they have not defeated Galactus. Reed tells everyone about the choice Galactus gave them, stating that they refused to give up their child to spare the Earth. This quickly leads the public to turn on the four, viewing it as a betrayal. When a reporter asks if they are safe, Reed says he does not know. Meanwhile, back with Galactus, the Silver Surfer apologizes to him for failing to retrieve the child. Galactus becomes angry and insists that he needs the child, no matter the cost. She tries to reason with him, saying that going after a baby is too much, but he attempts to silence her for protesting. Back on Earth, Reed comes up with an idea to teleport the planet to a different universe to prevent Galactus from reaching them. Meanwhile, Johnny studies some of his old records, which contain the Silver Surfer's language. Later, the four watch a TV interview where people claim that the Fantastic Four have no plan to defeat Galactus. The broadcast also suggests that if Reed and Sue hand over their baby boy to Galactus, they will all survive. This causes immense stress, and everything becomes too much for Sue. She later addresses the crowd gathered outside their house, stating that she will not sacrifice her child for the world, but promises that the Fantastic Four will do everything they can to continue fighting to save everyone. Her words help some citizens regain their faith in the team. The Fantastic Four then begin constructing teleportation towers, forming a network of bridges to move the Earth. Once the network is complete, everyone on Earth prepares for the team to initiate their plan. Suddenly, the Silver Surfer appears and starts destroying the teleportation towers. Before she can reach the last one in Times Square, Johnny flies after her. He confronts her and reveals that he has learned the truth about her past. Her name is Shallabal, and she once had a daughter. When Galactus came for her world, she sacrificed both herself and her daughter for Galactus. Johnny then plays the voices of those lost in the destruction caused by Galactus. Hearing them, she panics and flees. Reed then comes up with a last resort plan. Use Franklin as bait to lure Galactus to Times Square, and then send him through a portal away from Earth into an unknown void. Despite the risks, everyone, including Sue, agrees to the plan. The next day, they invite Mole Man and strike a deal with him, securing his permission for the New Yorkers to evacuate into Subterranea while the Fantastic Four set up the device in the middle of the city. Mole Man agrees, and all the New Yorkers are relocated to Subterranea in preparation for the final battle with Galactus. With the city completely evacuated, Galactus finally arrives. Just as the team nearly has him where they want him, Galactus senses Franklin's presence in the Baxter Building, where the Fantastic Four live, and breaks through to capture him. The four act quickly. Sue creates a massive and powerful force field to hold Galactus back, while Reed stretches himself up to interfere with Galactus's machinery. Galactus retaliates by trying to stretch Reed to his physical limits, but Johnny drops Ben from a great height so he can begin clobbering time on the villain, freeing Reed from Galactus's grasp. Galactus eventually finds the baby and grabs him. In a final act of strength, Sue uses the last of her power to push Galactus far enough toward the portal, causing him to begin falling into the void. As she does this, Reed manages to grab Franklin from Galactus's hand. Before the portal closes, Galactus tries to pull himself back through. Johnny prepares to sacrifice himself by flying hard and fast enough to force Galactus through, but at the last second, Shallabal arrives. She pushes Johnny out of the way and hurls herself and her former master into the portal, sealing it behind them. Reed, Ben, and Johnny rush back down to find Sue unconscious. Despite Reed's desperate efforts to revive her, it's too late. Sue has died. Franklin begins crying for his mother, and Reed gently lets him rest against her. As Franklin touches her, something miraculous happens. After a few moments, Sue begins to stir. She comes back to life. She looks at Reed and says that their son is already more incredible than they ever could have imagined. The people of New York return home and celebrate the Fantastic Four as heroes once again. The team is scheduled to appear on the Ted Gilbert Show, but before they can go, another distress signal comes through. They spring into action, rushing to the Fantastic car. Reed, Ben, and Johnny clumsily try to secure Franklin's car seat, and after finally getting it in place, the four take off, together, on their next mission. During the credits, Sue is sitting in a cozy living room, reading a bedtime story to her now-toddler son, Franklin. The room is warm and peaceful, filled with the soft glow of a nightlight. Franklin giggles as she finishes the last page. "I'll be right back, sweetheart," Sue says, smiling as she heads into the kitchen for a drink. When she returns, the smile vanishes from her face. Standing silently beside Franklin is a tall, imposing figure in a green cloak, the faint moonlight reflecting off the metal mask in his hand. It's him. Dr. Doom has arrived. In this way, movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more interesting movie recaps.